Question: why do we need self-discipline? Health? Fitness? Yes, but that's only part of the foundation. For most people, work is already busy, and finding time to exercise feels like a luxury. Even if they go occasionally, the chaos and unpredictability of life make it hard to stay consistent. At its core, the habit of self-discipline provides us with a system of behaviors to counter disorder, helping us channel our energy effectively toward long-term goals. When we talk about self-discipline, many people imagine it means never being lazy, never enjoying entertainment, never indulging, relying only on willpower to painfully push through things like fitness, studying, or building a business, requiring countless rules and long stretches of suffering just to earn better health, grades, or wealth. No one rejects the results, but many fear the process. Often people give up at the very start because they cannot endure it long enough to see change. Don't lose heart. Understand that self-discipline itself is no easier than fitness, studying, or making money. No one builds a successful company in a day, and no one will blame you for that. Likewise, you cannot expect results from 1 or 2 attempts. This is the first truth you must accept. The fact that you're interested in self-discipline shows you've realized something essential. In the long pursuit of goals, we ourselves often become the biggest obstacle, interrupting our own progress. Wanting to improve and change yourself is an important realization. Not everyone can do it. Self-discipline is a behavioral pattern for achieving goals. Only when you have a goal do you start to consider how discipline can strengthen your actions. You wouldn't make a plan for something trivial like which chair to sit on. The goals that require discipline are never short-term, simple tasks. Discipline is not about exceeding the limits of your understanding. It adapts to your capacity and gradually raises the bar on what you can handle. In reality, many things happen beyond your control. Sometimes you put in effort but see no results, or even regress. This is a major reason people lose faith in discipline. It's frustrating when effort doesn't immediately pay off. But as I've said, you can't expect results from just 1 or a few attempts. Your goals are not as simple as picking a chair. You need patience, confidence, and determination. Whenever we compare our less-than-ideal reality to lofty, distant goals, emotions arise. Some people feel driven, while others feel frustrated or bitter. You must stop relying on emotional impulses. Those are just hormones at work. They serve as signals, but not as decisive markers. When facing a difficult task, you must learn to make choices calmly, not emotionally. It's not as hard as it sounds. Think clearly about what benefits you and what kind of success you truly want. Everyone has their own answer. You just need to frame it with personal markers, knowledge, time, experience, and so on. Many of these factors will change over time. But what must remain constant is your persistence. One clear, firm reflection on your long-term goal is enough. It should stand unshakable as your belief. The key lies in learning how to break it down. Since everyone's circumstances and resources differ, we can't prescribe one shared experience. But simply put, in this process, we should deliberately create sources of motivation alongside progress. Positive feedback loops. These help maintain a stable, constructive emotional state. Most interruptions and abandonments come from doubt and boredom. If people could spend $1 and instantly earn 100, no one would stop playing that game. But goals are goals precisely because they often don't bring quick returns. Don't waste energy fantasizing about the result. The more you indulge in it, the less urgency you feel to move forward. I understand why you like doing this, but my point is that verifying your goal's correctness once is enough. The less we sink into imagining success, the more we can focus our imagination on the process. You must anticipate every type of challenge. They may appear tomorrow, in a few hours, or even sooner, ready to disrupt your progress. At the same time, new opportunities will arise around you, and seizing them may restructure your plan, helping you reach your goal sooner or better. That's why you should always keep your attention on your present self and the near future. Calm yourself. Bring your attention back to within. Why do we linger so often in confusion? Is it because we lack the ability to solve it? Or because an answer truly lies there? Many things are not done because we already have energy, but rather we gain energy by doing them. We cannot describe the feeling of the destination from the starting point, nor can we define every fatigue we will face midway. If the joy of the result can outweigh the pain, that is reason enough to continue. And if the process itself brings you happiness, then you have already found meaning. Perhaps for now you cannot generate the kind of joy that comes from recognition by others or society. But you must deliberately create small sparks of positivity to sustain your journey. When your goal is broken down into daily actionable steps, an effective feedback loop can protect your progress. You no longer fantasize, nor dwell on questions of meaning. You simply enjoy continuing, embrace the challenge, and make it your way of life. Discipline stops being mentioned so often because the positive cycle has already formed into an effective habit. Everything becomes natural. You are simply doing, and that is who you are. So, do you still want the chance to achieve your goal? Or will you just take one step at a time, surrendering your choices to others, to circumstance? I know it's hard. No one can guarantee you anything. Only you can validate your future. Will you feel proud for predicting your own failure? Relieved because you avoided effort? Or will you, regardless of outcome, face the unknown with resilient discipline and the courage of a champion to explore possibility? An infinite possibility born of striving? You never meant to stopping. You never meant to waiting for somethings. You meant to speed of rise. You meant to victory. Give yourself some time. Stop imagining the result. We've already chosen a long-term goal. The ideal outcome does not depend on passionate expectation, but on the actions you invest. So, why do we need self-discipline? Because in an unknown future, we choose to bet on a certain inevitability. It's a guess, only because the unknown is filled with countless challenges and obstacles. We ourselves are one of those obstacles, the simplest one, but also the most fundamental. Discipline draws the curve that turns the unknown into the known, the impossible into the possible, guesses into foresight, foresight into reality. In this thrilling process, we break through the walls of profession and knowledge, shatter the windows of a closed and captive mind. On the road, we meet one another, and we see the world affirm our vision. If thinking this way brings you joy, that means something your feels right. Get up and go.